What's up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Unfortunately, the last video did not go as planned, and I'm actually thankful it didn't, because we are switching the color of this powder coat anyway. There's the Illusion Dorado, and obviously this is Illusion Tropical Fusion. It's very brown, and I wasn't really going for that. I thought, you know, based off these swatches here, that would be a little more golden yellow, but it's actually more of a brown, and I don't like it. I don't like it. So I'm thankful some of the parts and I've also had trouble shooting it. That's the second time that's done that to me, where it comes out looking like Shrek. I don't know why. I don't know why. I'm thankful because we're switching the color to Illusion Spanish Fly. I have 8 pounds of it coming already. I think that's the color we're going for. A lot more yellow, a lot more actually gold than that brown right there. I don't want to scuff anything and do that, so we're gonna have everything sandblasted. This, the rear diff cover, the skid plate underneath here, the gas tank skid. On some models, the gas tank has a skid plate. You could take it down, take the plate out, and then you got gas tank straps holding it up. On other models, like this one right here, this two-door Bronco at least, I don't know what other ones constitute this, but the whole skid plate holds the gas tank in. So we're taking the gas tank out here in about 3 minutes. 2 other things we gotta do. These are the control arms. Ball joints got to come out of that, and then the JKS plates have 2 rivets that I think we got to drill out so we can get the plate off, and we'll just drop those off too, so I don't have to scuff them, and we can get it all powder coated Illusion Spanish Fly. So luckily, gas tank on here is actually quite accessible. Filler neck goes up and around, so we'll be able to disconnect it there easy. And then the straps, well, the whole skid plate is held on by just a couple bolts. There's like 3 on this side and 2, I think, on the other. We'll let it down just a bit and unhook any hoses or harnesses that are plugged in up top for the sending unit and all that. We'll get that gas tank down and right out of there. I don't think there's much in it. I should probably check that. Got the switch all plugged in out of the dash so we can alright, so looks like it's about a half tank. Nice. These new vehicles definitely do not like being dead, and they do not like being messed with. That's gonna be so cool when it's this tall. Okay, so it's got about a half tank in it, but the tank's so small, it's probably, I forget if it's like 12 or 18 gallons, so either or, less than 10 gallons. Should be all right. Okay, so like I said, filler neck right here. It's just a slot head screwdriver here, always a pain, but it's actually funny. This gas tank has to come out no matter what to lift this thing, because for some reason Ford put, like, you can't even get either side of this control arm bolt at all. It's hidden completely behind the gas tank and inside this thick frame pocket here, so this gas tank's got to come down and out so we can install this lift anyway. Filler necks here, couple breather lines. Try and disconnect all this stuff, and then bring it down a little bit and see what's on top of the tank. not. How are these on here? Probably glued to the bar.
Probably.
What? I don't know if this is some kind of sick joke or what, but this is awful. I don't understand why they like silicone them to the sway bar. Like, this is like a repetitively replaced part on an off-road vehicle. What were they thinking? Oh my God. Alright, so we got the gas tank out. Again, these new age engineers, man, I don't get it. Everything is just, I have no idea. I don't know why they glued those to the bar. I don't know why there's vent tubes that are like in a difficult spot on this gas tank, especially when replacing any of those rear control arms down the road, whether you bend them off-road or the bushings just go out. You're gonna have to go through that process just to make that happen. So I have no idea. But skid plates off, sway bar brackets are off, and then all that is good to be sandblasted as well. So two things left. We got the control arm skid plates, because again, you can't service the ball joint in the bottom of these control arms because they're sealed. With that being the case, this is the only way to really add any powder coating color down there. These skid plates. Oh, nice. I thought we were gonna have to take off the JKS badge, but it's not even on there yet. Okay, now I went with KSP upper control arms. You may see them all over the internet at a very reasonable price, and the reasoning I went with these is because a lot of I was actually gonna get the Beltec matching upper ones for this kit, so it would look all nice. But the Beltec on the upper control arm was laser engraved, so when we powder coated, you wouldn't see it anyway. A lot of those other aftermarket control arms, they make it very difficult for them to be serviceable. The upper bushings and the ball joint, they make it a little difficult. They need to be serviceable so we can take them completely apart, powder coat them, and put them completely back together. So this is one of the few sets I found at a reasonable price that weren't $800, $900, $1,200, which is crazy for some control arms. A lot of those are for like the Baja kits and such, but reasonably priced, these KSPs. Here they are, nice and simple. You can also get them in powder coated red, but because we're powder coating them ourselves, we don't need that. And they give you a set of poly bushings and a sleeve to go in there. These are for 1 to 4 inches of lift. Now we do have a 4.5 to 7.5 lift kit. Because our lower control arms drop, 4.5 inches is our baseline, so it gives us another 3 inches up, you know, that we can work with. These will be perfect for that because they will equate for the cranking of those coilovers to sit at 7.5 inches, so that is perfect. I'm going to use this as an excuse to go buy a new set of snap ring pliers because my old one's broke, and I'm going to pick this up Monday and take that out, press that out, take everything to the sandblaster, and we'll be on our way. Okay, so I know I told you guys that first things first, I was gonna go get snap ring pliers, and I completely forgot about that. So I'm gonna show you guys how to do it the old-fashioned way, because I'm sure you guys would run into this situation as well. But next, this is the reason why I picked these KSPs compared to some of the competitors out there. Good priced, and they come with the poly bushings up here, nothing too hard to press out, just like this. Come with those kind of bushings instead of this, because pushing these out, you got to push from this side, so it's very difficult. Take these apart. It's also super simple. You're going to take off this rubber cap. Just like that. And then usually, either on some of these control arms there'll be a snap ring down here, but on these they're hidden in the cap here, but you know, right where your grease fitting is. As you can see, the snap ring is right there. I would love to have snap ring pliers for this, because this makes it fun, but this is what you're gonna do. You kind of need, you almost need 3 hands for this, but if you take a pick, kind of bend it out a bit, you can lift it up enough to stick a screwdriver in there to hold it out. Oh yeah, that one's all bent now. That's good. Woo! There it is. Got it. Once that comes out and your picks are all twisted now, you have to get this off so you don't damage the boot pressing it out, which is kind of like its own little snap ring, but if you look enough, you'll find the start of it. Kind of the same concept. You just want to get in there, try not to puncture the boot. Just like that. And you can bring it around like this. You can leave that there if you like, because this will now just slide off. But it gives you access to this ridge that you can press on, and the ball joint will come out and through. That's how you do that. Okay, so find something that fits that lip or a little smaller that we could push on. Something lifted so the ball joint can fall into it. But all you're gonna do now is just press her out. Or you can use a ball joint press, doesn't really matter. And I went and taped off all of the milling on these knuckles. I just want to protect it from the blasting a little bit, because the milling is so pretty and I don't want to sit there and try and redo it. But the rest of all this is ready to go, so we're going to load all this up, take it to sandblasting, and hope they get it back to us this week, so we can re-powder coat it, and then we can get this lift kit on. If not, I may start taking this thing apart tomorrow, just so we're there. But yeah, let's get all this loaded up, and hopefully we can get it back soon. we dropped all that stuff off at sandblasting yesterday, and I got some really bad news. They might not be able to get it in until after like the 2nd of next year. They only have 2 more working days this year, so honestly, let's hope they can squeeze it in. Otherwise, we might have a problem. I'm still gonna come in tomorrow and rip the suspension off because that needs to happen. And then just in case they do finish it in the next couple days, this Bronco will be ready to go. It's also really weird because it's Thursday. No, tomorrow's Thursday. Okay, so the powder coat should be here tomorrow. The day you're watching this, the powder coat should be showing up. So let's also hope that the lift kit's done and we can knock it all out.
Now, I got tired of looking at it with nothing else done to it, but when you put tires underneath it, it adds a whole new dynamic to it. We also threw the front bumper back on, even though it's not painted.
This thing's gonna look so good. Look at that. Oh my gosh. As you know, those aren't the tires going on it, and those are for my buddy's truck, and those are on a 16-inch wheel. However, looking at this next to the Bronco, I feel like smaller wheel may look a lot better. But the way it, like, I can almost feel how soft this thing would ride, and it's almost making me want to just do it. Oh, and then I could also do black wheels at that point, honey. I'm just dying to see this thing in its full form because, man, that looks good. And honestly, I think I'm going to keep these stock front bumpers and just paint them up. I was actually thinking about it, and that's kind of why it's on there right now, is because the, like, that little OEM plus look going on in my head, you know, that kind of was twitching last night, and I wanted to see what it looked like instead of going with an off-road, you know, beefy bumper. And I think that'll make it look extremely, extremely clean. I gotta go down here and I need to figure out, because this is just the factory, you know, because this was the cheapest stripped down whatever model, there's no fog lights. There's a big plastic cover that goes here and covers these bolts and the fog light holes. So I'm wondering if there's like a bezel and then a mount that I can actually mount fog lights in here and get them to work like super easy, because it's literally cut out for it. So that's something I'm going to look into, because I think we definitely need those. But I really like, it's not really mounted and it's a little lower than it will be, that's for sure. But I kind of like the look of that bumper and all those Beltec skid plates and such when we get it underneath there. That might be our best option. I also went through today and tried to figure out the rest of the audio for the interior, just in case we do get held up on the exterior. But I went through and kind of figured out everything else we need and all that. I'd still like to upgrade to these bigger pods back here. All I gotta do is run a power cord and a couple more speaker cables, and then we can dust this off and put the carpet back in. The plan is still to do a custom interior in this, and we will be upgrading to the bigger screen. So that, plus painting the bumper, the hood, and the hardtop. We got plenty of stuff to do just in case we get held up on the lift kit. I know I don't want to, and I hope we don't, but if we do get held up, we got lots of stuff to, you know, lots of stuff to do, and it'll look completely different when we actually get that lift kit back and we can get it powder coated and put on. Man, this thing looks good. I mean, these these little things, man, like the factory 16s, those are 16s. The small wheels, I've never really been a fan, but just setting them up here for, you know, for kicks, man, it's really making me want to change my mind, because that looks good, and I know how comfortable that thing would ride with that, you know, the whole Beltec suspension and some sidewalls like that. So, whoo! Don't tempt me. Alright guys, well, I'm gonna get back here in the morning. I'm gonna tear this down. I will see you guys in the next video. This whole suspension should be off, and hopefully we'll be picking up the kit from the sandblasters and getting it powder coated, because that powder will be showing up. We just need the kit back. If you guys enjoyed this video, shoot a thumbs up. If you haven't been here before, please get down and click subscribe. Drop me a comment if you haven't already. Take care, and I will see you guys in the next one.